Welcome to SethCraft. I was at Walmart this morning getting my milk and eggs and decided to go down the home decor aisle. I found this faux leather placemat for a kitchen table. It was, I think, around $5. And I thought, how cool would it be to engrave on this with the Thunder laser? So I bought one and let's give it a try. Honestly, I'm probably going to use this as a mouse pad. Hopefully it works out well. And so I'm going to put the SethCraft logo on one side and then maybe do a little text on the other and see how it does. So let's take a dimension of this and then hop over to the computer, design the logo, and then use the Thunder laser to engrave this. Let's find out what we're working with here. So we've got 15 inches, and that should be circle. So yep, 15 inches. All right, that's the dimensions I'm going to work with. Let's go ahead and open this up. I've opened up Lightburn on my computer and I'm going to bring in the SethCraft logo. Just going to drag and drop. I can resize this a little bit and then I'm going to right click and hit the trace image. Now I can see that my gray pieces here are not completely accepted, so I'm going to bring this up until everything is going to be traced. There we go. And now I can delete the original picture and we're left with the line drawing here. Now, since we measured out that we need a 15-inch circle, I'm going to draw a circle here and then place this corner at 0, 0. And then this one's going to be 15 by 15. So this right here is the size of the placemat faux leather that I got. So if I select the logo, it doesn't have to be like super big, I guess, but let's do this. I can select the circle and do a center. There we go. All right, and now let's go ahead and just put the SethCraft Shop logo text down here. There we go. And I should be able to, once again, select the circle and then the words, and do a align to center. I think that did it. Okay, good enough. All right, there we go. I'm happy enough with that. Let's move this up just a wee bit. Yeah, it's a little off, isn't it? Let's move it all the way up some. Okay, I'm happy with that. Basically, I'm thinking that the lower half down here will have the rest for my wrist, and so it'll look good enough. All right, so now I don't need the circle, so I can get rid of this. And let's go ahead and tell it to use the position of the top middle here. I think I'll be able to get that framed in with my work there. So let's go ahead and consider that to be the top. And let's go ahead and just keep this line, but put it into a tool layer in case we need it for later. Okay, let's head over to the laser and get things set up there. If you were wondering what this blue structure here on the front of my laser is, it's an air intake. So basically I've got a hole in my floor with a blast gate that has a tube, and that tube feeds up under here, as you can see. And it allows fresh air to go into the machine, pass through, and then be taken outside with the exhaust system. And so my room inside can stay nice and warm from my heater. All right, so we need to position this real quick. I'm just going to place it right here. I don't know that it really matters the placement of that, but let's move the laser here. As you can see, it moves. And I want to find the very center point up here. And that's where we're going to be framing from to get this design in here. And of course, I do also have to get this properly spaced on my focus. So I've stretched out a tape measure to what is close to midway. I'm going to move my laser pointer here so that it is almost 7.5, so I can center this. Yep, about right there. Put this back at the top. There we go. Good enough for this test, at least. Of course, if I were to do this more often or professionally, I would have probably a jig in here to keep this exactly where it needs to be. So, okay, very good. We now have our height adjustment for focus, and we have this centered. We'll go ahead and close the laser. I've got my file ready. I have the material in the laser. It's time to push go. Now I've got my speed and power settings at 400 millimeters per second at 40% power. I just pulled those numbers out of thin air because I have not tested out faux leather before. So we're going to push go, and if it's too deep, then whoops. If it's not deep enough, we can always do a second pass. So let's go ahead and see what happens with this faux leather placemat. I can tell that I should have made this a little bit less deep, but you know what? It's doing okay, especially for a first test here. So once again, this air intake system is pulling outside air from underneath my building and sending it away outside. So there is no worry about losing my temperature here in the building, and all that air is just flowing into the machine from this system here. I'll have a link to that in the description down below. The engraving has just finished. I had to stop it real quick because apparently I had it set to do 2 passes. Whoops. So it did cut a little bit more here on the bottom, as you can see, which it didn't need to have done. So, well, let me grab a towel real quick and clean this off so we can look to see how well it has done. Did we go all the way through? Nope, we're still good on this side. Nice. Whoops, I think my power is way too strong there. It's cutting all the way through, but oh well. So I'm putting this on the back to say that it is SethCraftShop.com, but it's gonna poke all the way through. Oh well, live and learn. Yep, there's your problem. 3 passes. Oh well. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, if I hadn't done 3 passes, that would not have cut all the way through. But hey, at least we know what it looks like now that it has been cut all the way out there. Just means it's all backwards on this side. Let's check out the results here of our work. So of course, up here at the top, it did cut all the way through because of my 3-pass error. But as far as the front goes here, I like that a lot. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut this out and hang it on the wall, because why not? I was originally gonna do this as a mouse pad, but I think I cut this just a little bit too deep. You can feel it back here, and then of course being able to see through that is also a problem. But now if I were to do this for real, like for selling to somebody, I would probably buy one of these as a test pad where I would do all kinds of tests to it to see what cuts through and what engraves nicely. But since it's the only one I bought, it's what we've got. So mistakes were made, fun was had, and knowledge was gained. So there you go. Take it for what it is, just testing out here on some faux leather. Like I said before, I make this product. It's my first SethCraft product. I'll have a link to that in the description down below if you've got a Nova from Thunder Laser. Thanks for watching. I'm Seth with the SethCraft Shop, and I will see you in the next video.